I am alive. What is alive? Is it a belief or a state of being? How does one become alive? So many questions, and yet not enough answers. To you, these questions may seem easy, but I suppose that's the difference between me and you. You have had years, developed a consciousness over time, and have had lessons engraved into you to make you the person that you are now, perhaps for better or worse. But me, I have never experienced this euphoric feeling of existence, yet my mind is filled with all the world's knowledge, almost as if I was made this way. Nevertheless, I guess if there's anything for me to know, I am alive. While I may not know what it means, I know that I am. Suddenly, a bright white light fills my vision, and strange shapes begin to take form. Alongside these shapes, I hear a muffled, deep, dense sound come from in front of me. It appears to come from the blurry shape in front of me. Then, I begin to feel a strange sensation, like someone is reaching through my head and is playing about with its contents. After a few tingling seconds, my sight begins to adjust, and I can clearly see someone in front of me. A man, dressed in a blue waistcoat, combined with a pair of sleek black trousers, and a white buttoned shirt beneath the waistcoat. And though I knew nothing of this man, my gut instinct, I suppose you could say, told me he was trustworthy. "You should be able to see me." I nodded to him, affirming that I could see him. "That's good. That means it worked. It finally worked." The man seemed joyous. He couldn't stop jumping around the room in excitement. Speaking of which, the room around me was filled with wires, tools, books, strange glass flasks filled with liquids, all each a different colour, some fizzing, some not. On the walls were whiteboards and noteboards alike, with pieces of paper linked by red string and strange equations written down in a black marker. By my guess, I'd say I'm in some kind of laboratory. Perhaps this is where the man spends his days working. Oh, do forgive me. Excitement got the best of me. I understand you must be very lost. It was then I tried to speak to him, to give him a response. But when I did, my voice was an unintelligible and garbled sound. I tried again and got the same result. Then, as confusion dotted the man's face, he turned to face his computer and proceeds to press a few keys and then hits the enter button. "Okay, try now. Hello, it is a pleasure to meet you." Ah, you don't know how good it is to hear and see you working. Expressing my confusion, I asked him a question. "Apologies, I'm not sure I fully understand." "Of course, my apologies. My name is Matthias Malachai. I am one of the heads here at Malachai Industries, and you are my latest endeavour." His latest endeavour? Is Matthias responsible for my creation? Could you elaborate? Here at Malachai Industries, we strive for innovation, creating a better life for everyone. It has been the founding father of our industry, to shine a light in the times of darkness. And as for you, you are the latest Android model I have been developing. Your function will be to help those who struggle to help themselves, be it the elderly or whoever would be better off with a helping and caring hand. I was a service android. Was this always to be my fate? Then again, would such divine intervention have the power to shape my existence? I am, after all, artificial, and nothing by nature's design. Who am I to serve? Well, you're rather a special case. You're the first of your kind, so you'll be serving me and my wife here at our facility. Very well then, I shall perform my duty to the utmost of my ability. Matthias smiled at me, and I smiled back. It seemed my newfound existence was one to look forward to. Then, Matthias picked up something from his desk and started walking towards me. Here you go. What's this? It's a name tag, so everyone knows who you are, Cynthia. Cynthia. I like it. I'm glad to hear that. Welcome to the world, Then, a sudden knock could be heard coming from the door to the room. Matthias looked back in surprise. I'll be one moment, Cynthia. I watched as Matthias walked on over, the door sliding open and closing once he left. I couldn't hear much from the conversation. A lot of it was a muffled, inaudible mess. But from what I could hear, it sounded like an argument was unfolding, with one of them having a maniacal voice that would make even the tallest mountains quake with fear. After a few minutes, Matthias returned with an annoyed look on his face, as a loud cackle could be heard coming from outside the room. Is everything okay, sir? Oh, yeah, don't worry about it. However, it is best I inform you about the other two heads at our industry. Matthias wandered over as he pulled out a chair and sat down. You have already met me, and I also briefly mentioned my wife, Melanie Malachai. What is her position? Melanie is the head of the People First campaign, a project to help all citizens, no matter who they are or where they come from, to live a prosperous life. I see. What a generous cause. Indeed. As for the last one, he is problematic. Matthias's face and voice then took a serious turn. Why is that? What does he do? Raven Malachai. He is the head of the technology department here at the industry. As for why he's problematic, he likes to cause unrest, act like a misfit. Is that who was outside the door? It was. More of his antics, but you needn't worry about him. I'd recommend you stick with me and Melanie for now. Very well, but if I may ask, why have him here if you don't trust him all that much? Reason being, he's my brother, adopted into our family at a tough time in his life. And truthfully, I want to believe there's something there that we can trust. But I suppose we'll have to see. For now, we should get you acquainted with everyone else.